Coming up on this episode of the Village Idiom.
Parade.
Why did the Avengers have the best float at the parade?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they have a giant banner.
Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a pause.
Ready? We'll just start it all over again.
You're going to play all this. I know it.
That's fine.
Okay, go.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast, and every week we choose a popular saying to take an admittedly shallow, hopefully comedic, once in a while interesting, and if we're really lucky, educational dive into its meaning, its usage, its origins. But mostly, we're going to use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
And I am Skitty. Can you feel the happiness in the air?
No.
Oh.
I haven't felt happiness in the air for...
It's been a while.
I'm just kidding. The summer is here. And
What do you mean? You have all sorts of great things on the go all the time. Like your life is pretty awesome.
What are you talking about?
You just had a European adventure.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Everyone else just has a European adventure.
It wasn't really an adventure. It was a work trip.
Oh yeah, that's
Followed by 2 days of adventure.
As someone who's had work trips, my work trips were often with you, and so
We never made it to Europe.
No, but we should
We
have.
had lots of adventure. We've had more adventure on
Work
the
trips.
puny trips that you and I have been on for work than on this one.
Oh, that
But
really?
this was great. Like, you're still in Europe.
Yeah.
Like, there's little outings.
I'm like, you're in Europe. This is fun. And
The
then
last 2
are you
days-
saying that work was just kind of like a bit of a downer?
It's not a downer. It's good work. I enjoy my
Oh
work.
no, not that, but just the liberty of
Yeah. I mean,
of time.
it was, you're in this spectacular place and you have a couple hours in the evening to see anything exciting.
That's plenty of time to do a European escape room.
I did a couple of geocaches.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, you have to.
Got a few
You
of those
have
that
to.
brought us to kind of cool locations, and that seriously, that's one of the best things about geocache, in my opinion, is when you're out of town, because most people hide their geocache. This has nothing to do with today's idiom, but they hide their geocache in a place that's special to them.
Sure.
So it's not on the touristy map necessarily. It's on somebody's special place map. And so you go there and you're
that's
like,
pretty fun though.
this is really cool. There's a
It's because of that though. We've seen some spectacular things.
natural spring coming out of here that's not
That's pretty
big
awesome.
enough for tourism, but
It's still cool.
yeah, still cool.
And
So,
because it's in Switzerland, the natural springs there shoot warm chocolate everywhere.
yeah, that's where the word fondue comes from.
Yeah.
It's Swiss German for
We're having an extraordinary time. This is a fondue. Yes. and when you throw an accent on it.
I will
When you
say-
throw an accent on it, it's a fondue.
I will say we went up. That's a Swedish accent. Think German.
Oh,
Think German.
Switzerland?
Yeah,
Is it more Germanish?
It is German. So
Oh.
Swiss German, it's a dialect, but yeah, if I'm trying to translate
It is
anything,
educational
if I'm
today.
trying to translate a menu in Switzerland, I'm using the Google Translate from German to English.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the schnitzel.
But I will say, speaking of fondue, we took a cable car up to the top of a mountain called Harderkulm.
Okay.
And there wasn't a lot up there unless you want to do some hiking, which we didn't have time for, but there is a restaurant. So I grabbed a couple of guys. I'm like, let's do it. The top of, we're looking down on this massive valley, beautiful lakes,
This is
paragliders
fantastic.
beneath us,
That's so cool.
and we ordered a cheese fondue and raclette
Okay.
on overlooking all this.
You were in Switzerland.
Like, it was, let's be as
Oh.
touristy as we can right
I
now.
haven't had a raclette in a long time.
So raclette there is a finished meal. Meaning here, when we do a raclette, we're ongoing cooking.
Yeah, it's kind of like fondue.
There, it's the raclette, which is the name of a cheese.
Yes. A raclette is the
Melted
name.
in a little tray, put
Yes,
on your food.
that's exactly what the
but you're
raclette-
not doing it yourself. The fondue,
Oh.
you're doing it yourself.
Yeah, we did our raclettes
Raclette
ourselves.
there is you're getting cheese melted on something.
Yes, we did that, but ourselves.
But you did it. Yeah. That, which is what I thought I was ordering, because there's something
still.
about the fondue and the
Sure.
raclette and there's another one that you kind of cook slowly while chatting. Takes you 4 hours to eat.
All that, and there's it's the anticipation. We're on a mountain. There's a cable car. We're eating raclette.
Exactly.
And then we've got to go back to the office.
And as we're finishing our fondue,
It reminds
the
me.
clouds came over, and it was a bit of a bummer because you're sitting on this deck on a mountaintop, and it was just like, well,
Hey, don't rain on my parade.
it rained on our parade.
yes. All of these things, you have this great time, and then, The Rain on the Parade.
Yeah, which was coming home from a European trip.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Well, it's nice to be able to dip out of reality every once in a while, do a European trip. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You should come one time.
I should totally.
If you want to sit through many work days.
Incorrect. You've been on work trips with me before. That's not how we roll.
Well, where this is, it is your only choice.
You say that, but come on.
We're in I guess a chalet type of place. Like, it would be, if you wanted to walk, it'd be an hour walk to anything, and it's not that exciting. So you'd have to, like, bear through.
I want the old Mark back.
I think
we would walk an hour and walk an hour back and be 1 hour late for our meeting.
We'd be having heart attacks.
Do we get the
I
red
have to
sheet?
lead the meetings this time. I'm not like a spectator.
You know what? I just really feel like this is one of those opportunities.
Am I raining on your parade right now?
Yeah. Well, why are you doing that? We could be in Switzerland in our brains right now.
Well, today's idiom is rain on your parade, rain on my parade, rain on someone's parade. We're going to figure out where that all came from and all that kind of stuff. But,
there is a national day of parades. It's true. Do you know what day it is?
I do, because I stumbled across it this morning, but I'm trying not to give it away.
You can go ahead if you know.
March 1st?
No, it's not March 1st.
Oh.
It's March 4th.
March 4th. Oh, see, I saw a slightly different one where somebody, the leader of the band, the marching band, was like said to his director, "When's your birthday?" He says March 1st. So he took off ahead of the rest of the group and came back. So
it's
now when's your birthday?
Yeah.
So March 4th. That's better.
Yeah.
March 1st, March 4th. Speaking of parades, though, unrelated to March anything. Well, I'm going to reveal our cards here a little bit because I'm not sure the order of event. We've been doing some recording, not out of order, but ahead of time and that kind of thing.
No, you go ahead. Tell everyone what you did on Canada Day.
No, 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
Always go and sit through Small Town Parade in Blaine, Washington.
Okay, so
every year.
Canada Day, because we're Canadian.
Is there a parade here on Canada Day?
Well,
There's no parade.
Yes.
No.
Not like America. America just does stuff cooler like that. But so yes, in Osoyoos. I would go every March 1st would be off to...
March 1st?
I mean, July 1st.
July 1st.
Yes. Yes, so between Canada Day, like all the festivities in Osoyoos is like old school like parade. Like, oh, here comes the combine with some streamers on it.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind
and
of
I love
parade.
that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the mayor...
Here's the 3 people that own a Mary Kay business.
City council members and their old hot rods.
18,
I love that
18
stuff.
children with streamers on their bicycles.
I love.
Yeah, me
and
too.
They're just chucking of candy.
Oh yeah, we rake it in.
Yeah,
we go
that's
early
fun.
with my parents. We go like stupid early to get the spot we want. We sit there for probably 3 hours before the parade even starts, and so that and then we just go home with a bag of candy.
I did come across this little treasure. I'll make sure I get the wording right. Why did the Avengers have the best float at the parade?
Why did the Avengers have the best float at the parade?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they have a giant banner. There you go. That's safe. With all of the parade festivities that have been going on of late, that's
Totally.
That's pretty safe.
Totally.
That's a good one.
There was because of all the parade festivities going around, there was a survey done on the relation between parades and people getting drunk.
Okay.
And behaving badly at parades, and the results were staggering.
Exactly. That's awesome. I heard Chuck Norris went to a pride parade, and everyone went home straight away. Yeah. With all of the... I actually really enjoy a parade. And between the Canada Day and the 4th of July...
I think,
I'm like old school, sit on there with my lawn chair, cheering on.
There's a May Day parade in Fort Langley that I just miss. Like every year, I could walk there from here, and it's like every year. Oh wait, what's the date? I missed that.
Yeah, well, it's fun, and then not having your parade rained on, but I know, Osoyoos has been my go-to, and like the fire It's funny. The firemen dress up and they shoot the crowd with like hoses. I guess it's
Totally.
like it's awesome when it's now and like not in some sort of civil rights situation.
I didn't even think
But
that.
having the firemen come in, because it's so hot in Azoyas, it's a desert, and so having the firemen shoot you with like hoses,
It's a welcome treat.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you want to get shot.
Totally. Yeah.
It's not like this full pressure, city water pressure situation. They're like streaming on the crowd, so that sort of thing.
There's like a water shortage, but the parade's got to.
That's right.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
Soak the kids.
That's the beauty of it on a lake. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I went. We're just rabbit trailing all over the place, but I went for a little drive on the weekend. Took my daughter. I just literally looked up what's an easy off-road Jeep trail close to me. So I went up past Harrison, past Sasquatch Park to Rainbow Falls, and
Say do all that over again, but do it as Dora. Okay, ready?
I can't think of it. Go out past Harrison, past the I can't. It's like past
Through
over
Sasquatch.
through Sasquatch Park,
Over Rainbow
Falls.
Exactly.
Anyway, I discovered a campsite speaking of lakeside, like it's this beautiful campsite. I'm like, have you ever heard of Bear Creek campsites up in that area?
No.
Amazing. Like I went in there, I'm like, there was like this primo double lot spot literally on this little embankment that overlooks the water, available, like first come, first serve.
That's great.
I'm like, I'm coming back. Like mental note, making plans, what weekend can
That's
I get
great.
away? So no amenities. There's a couple outhouses. That's
all
about
you
it.
need.
Yeah.
Pack your own water and you're good to go.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, lakeside, water, Rain.On.My.Parade. Here's one more because we've rabbit trailed just to get us back on track.
Sorry to rain on your parade, Plankton.
There you go.
On the Canada Day celebration this year, there was a big one at Bill Reid Amphitheater.
Don't know that. Oh, Bill Reid?
Yeah, it's the one in Cloverdale. Like
Okay. Yeah.
That main kind of.
I didn't know it was called that.
Yeah, Bill Reid Amphitheater, and came
Who's
across.
Bill Reid?
I'm sure he was some council member or someone who donated money or something. It's always the same. And the sponsor was a primary. So it's a grocery store that primarily works in like not Indian delicacies, but has Indian food. And its name was Cello Fresh.
No.
It is CHALO Cello Fresh.
That's great.
Yeah, they're working the market. That's
Yeah.
like they're sponsoring events. Cello Fresh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Dinner is hot. Dinner is spicy.
Dinner is spicy.
Yeah, that's the motto. Cello Fresh. Dinner is spicy. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, when I saw it, I'm like, Cello Fresh.
Was it the same sort of service or was it a restaurant? Look at a little fly flying around here.
No, it's like a grocery chain.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Yeah,
So it's
anyways.
like convenience store, like
Yeah,
Cello
it's
Fresh, curry in a hurry.
Yeah,
What's their
it's-
subtitle?
I don't have one. I think they're like a Sobeys kind of subsidiary. So,
Oh, okay.
Anyways, yeah,
Huh.
that's all the excitement of this Canada Day.
Canada Day, yeah. Oh, and we've mentioned Canada Day, we've mentioned 4th of July, and I didn't want to forget this. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Yeah.
the big 5-2.
Yeah, you do anything fun with the family?
Oh, yeah, they really treated me great.
Did they?
Yeah,
That's
I always
awesome.
feel extra, cared for. And
Well, 52 is a big one.
well, yeah, and there might not be another one with me, so we should really do it up.
Yeah. So it was a pick me up. It was a 52 pickup.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you should do. I got you 52 things for your 52nd birthday. Loser.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, we should actually find out where this little gem comes from.
All right, let's do it.
I said some words, where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origins.
This is definitely one I should have given you 3 options, but I didn't prepare that way. So, if you did you already know where this one came from? Like sometimes you kind of have an idea.
This seems one of those like little on the nose ones, like
Like it
if
rained
it's
on someone's
like it's
parade?
raining on a parade. And so because we use it in an idiomatic thing, and of course this is the premier podcast for idioms.
Right.
Then it makes sense that even though it's idiomatic, that it actually means from raining on a parade.
Every time we use the word idiomatic, I hear the song from Grease. It's idiomatic. Automatic grease lightning.
Nice.
But they don't ever say idiomatic. Well, don't rain on my parade. If you do just a quick Google search, that was a legit stutter on the letter G. None of that was made up.
That was great.
I don't stutter, but I got hung up on the letter G there.
I love it.
Wow, that was weird.
That's so great now.
If you do a quick Google search on origins of Don't Rain on My Parade, first thing that comes up and over and over comes up.
I remember that time you got that speech impediment on air. That was so great.
If that ever happens, or if I ever have a stroke, I hope we're recording. And it's terrible to say. I know it. I know people who've suffered from strokes. I just want mine to be filmed or recorded. That's great.
So we could look back and
I mean, I don't want to have one.
Right.
Just for the record.
But if
I have one, please let it be,
stop and record
let
you.
it be on camera.
Should I put like a piece of leather?
I mean, no. I'm just saying. I want it to be like if
Oh no!
So I can see it. I can look in the.
Oh, so you can go back and see what?
Yes. Like if anything will put us on the map, it would be that episode.
Oh no! You're chasing clout with a stroke. Oh, what does this come to? That's terrible.
Anyway,
fame is not worth it, Mark.
If you Google Don't Rain on My Parade idiom origins over and over and over, the result you're going to get is that it comes from the 1964 musical Funny Girl, which both the play version and the movie version starred Barbra Streisand. And so there's a song in that, Don't Rain on My Parade, big song. In fact, was number 46 in AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs survey of the top songs in America's cinema. It made that list. So it's a very popular song. And I was like, well, there it is. Like every origin site I could find was Funny Girl, Barbra Streisand, Funny Girl, Barbra Streisand. But I never liked those easy answers. So I kept on digging just a little bit. And I found this. Actually, let's do this in reverse order because I literally found it in this order. The May 30th, 1924 Monroe, Louisiana's News Star, page 8, contains a short fiction piece called The Tale of the Royal Fisherman. And this is what it says. "This is the place," said King Bozo, drawing his trusty fishing rod and preparing to cast bait into the rippling waters. "Sire," interrupted the Prime Minister, "far be it from me to rain on the parade, but take a slant at yonder signboard. Nailed to the trunk of Woofus tree was a crude signboard bearing the word, 'No fishing here.'" So, every site, Barbra Streisand, 1964. Barbra Streisand, this is all because of her song. She didn't write the song. It was written by Bob Merrill and Julie Stein. But just dig a little deeper. That was 1924.
That's a good 40 years.
Yeah. So it was already being said before Funny Girl. Then I dug a little deeper.
Oh.
June 21st, 1917. Our town in Narberth, Pennsylvania. This is an ad for Howard's Drugstore. "Far be it from us, O patriotic plowmen, to shed rain on the parade, but neither would we have your valorous efforts all in vain."
So they're in the middle of World War I, and they're having a parade.
Well, they're using this idiom anyway.
He's trying to lighten the mood.
But wait,
it's World War I.
There's more.
What?
Yes. Not only can you cut through a tin can, it still slices lettuce like a rabbit.
This idiom's amazing.
The September 26, 1912. This is as old as I could find. The Schenectady Gazette. Short piece called "The Sprightly Adventures of Mr. Home Sweet Home." It's about some men who are on an all-guys camping trip, hunting trip, and this is what it says. "Warmbody says he knew doggone well some gosh-blamed leftover from the summer hen would show up to rain on the parade, and Mr. Home warned the entire party against letting Horace loose on the veranda of the Pelican Bay house when he first caught sight of the imprints of a pair of French heels." Boom. 1912. So, no, this is not Barbra Streisand in 1964. We don't have an origin story, but we do have at least a 1912 in-print use of this in an idiom version that means you might be correct. that it's just that on the nose, everybody can relate to. It rained on your parade.
It's like rain
on your wedding day.
On your wedding day, it's the same kind of thing. It's like it's just something so terrible.
Yeah,
that you've
think,
prepared all of this stuff and it rains.
I think rain on a parade is the worst because whether you're a spectator or a participant,
you've already committed.
You are outside with no shelter.
Yeah,
whereas a wedding,
you're
quick, everyone move inside.
Right, or we'll wait for just a break in the weather and we'll pop out. And the effort that it goes into preparing a float, it's like that's not easy. Some of those things are made of like
crepe paper.
Yeah, and it's got like streamers and stuff. That stuff doesn't do well in the water.
No,
the fireman is shooting all over
just
your,
like that.
all over your float. Gross.
Parade. Have you ever been in a parade? I know you've been at a parade. Have you ever been in a parade?
The closest I have been, and I don't know if it would be what the cultural. It was kind of parade-like. I was the tail of a dragon in Chinese New Year, and so it was like
totally counts.
All my Asian friends who they're like, you got to come to this thing. We put on gold like colored pajama situation. And because I was I'm huge comparatively, they're like, the tail is super heavy. Do you want to carry the tail? And so I'm like, this sounds
a stupid workout.
Yeah. It was heavy, and they were like middle pieces, and we had practice sessions where you had to like, if the guy in front of you goes up and you go down, so that it's always snaking. Yeah, and learning different movements for the left, right, up, and down. And then the latter experience was I was telling one of my coworkers who was she was from China, and she said in Christian kind of world of things, often the dragon is associated with the devil.
Sure.
And so, of course, it's written, there's some in the book of Revelation this way with the dragon and the devil. And so I said, so basically you're saying I'm the bum of Satan by being the tail of the dragon for Chinese New Year. Because I was living my best life. I was there's some dude just chucking firecrackers.
Doesn't it sound like just a crazy spicy pizza? The devil's A.
Yeah, it does.
It does, right?
Like
or a hot sauce. New hot sauce.
Yeah, but so that was as close to being in a parade.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's like a parade. It's not like there's floats, but it's kind of ish.
You'll find this interesting. It has nothing to do with the parade, but we've talked about Switzerland and we've talked about dragons. Right in the town where we were, there's these caves called St. Beatus, the caves of St. Beatus. So St. Beatus was, if not one of the first missionaries, Christian missionaries, to make his way to Switzerland. And like first century, was sent there directly by Barnabas.
Okay.
As presumably he met Paul and Barnabas.
Okay. Wow.
He's that connected.
Really?
And anyway.
He's OG saint.
Yeah. So he's got these caves named after him where his memorial or his grave actually is. But he wanted those to be the caves to be his missionary kind of headquarters. And the people of this area say, you're welcome to the caves, but it's inhabited by a dragon. And so he's like, oh, okay, no problem. I'll take care of that. And within a few days, he's like, I'm taking the caves over. I've defeated the dragon. And people all come out and be like, what? And that particular day, the entire lake of Thun was like steaming. And so they just all assumed, oh, he drowned the dragon because look at the lake.
That's hilarious.
And therefore, now St. Beatus got to...
Was that one of his saintly miracles?
Yeah.
Was fooling the people?
So if
he killed the dragon?
If you look in old, centuries-old castles, or not castles and cathedrals and that kind of thing, you'll often see saints painted on the walls, right? If you ever see a saint with his head...
What's his name?
Beatus.
Okay.
If you ever see a saint with a sword and a defeated dragon or his foot on the head...
St. George.
So, it's either St. George or St. Beatus.
Yeah, St. George also has a dragon.
One of those two is
the Beat Cave.
I think St. George is more... Oh, the Beat Cave. That's amazing. Wow, that's good. Nothing to do with parade, but connecting all the dots of points of conversation are otherwise directional. This is where, when we say directionless, we're not joking around.
That's pretty much how our minds go.
If you're a teacher using this podcast to teach your English students about idioms,
we're sorry.
we're sorry. Like the content is in this recording,
You just have to
but
weed
you got to
through
listen to all of this.
all
and
sorts
we
of
hope
nonsense.
if you're a class listening to this, give your teacher a pat on the back for letting you have a little fun.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And if you'd like the transcripts, teachers, if you'd like the transcripts, just reach out. See if we can help.
Perfect. Well, we should get into the home stretch here.
Oh, where are we?
Tie a knot on this thing. I don't want to rain on your parade with how things are going so well, but
Right. Well, let's get into it then. Riddlink is a game we like to play. It's a game that requires a 2-part trivia-based question and has a 2-part but overlapping answer. Overlapping by sound, syllable, multiple syllables, even multiple words. So, for example, last week, episode 235, we covered Paddy Wagon, and we left you with this one. Irish-related police van is a delicious chocolate-covered marshmallow stuffed cookie sandwich. Let me turn down our little track here because that's just a mouthful of a puzzle. Let me read it again. Irish-related police van is a delicious chocolate-covered marshmallow stuffed cookie sandwich.
that is going to be a paddy wagon wheel.
Exactly. So it's not Paddy Wagon. That's the first answer. It's not Wagon Wheel, which is it's Paddy Wagon Wheel.
Well, I've got a couple of
That's
these
how you play
prepared.
Riddlink. I've got a couple unprepared.
Okay, which I'll kick things off.
Sounds good.
Cypress Hill's Crazy Song is a downer on your good vibes.
Oh, that's a great one.
Cypress Hill's Crazy Song is a downer on your good vibes.
That's got to be Insane in the Membrane on your parade.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Okay, let me see what I got. This is a stretch. Let's see if you can get this.
Okay.
The Barbra Streisand movie that sings about today's idiom is Ginger Scary Posh Baby and Sporty's Mantra. Let me read it again. The Barbra Streisand movie that sings about today's idiom is Ginger Scary Posh Baby and Sporty's Mantra.
It's between I have no idea and I have no idea because I don't know their
You don't
mantra.
remember the name of the movie?
I don't remember the name of the
That
movie
is-
that you just told me 5 minutes ago.
Okay, maybe
But I'm going to tell you the tell me what you want part was all I can think of is the Space
not a
Girls.
song, unrelated to any songs.
They have a mantra?
Yeah.
I'll see. I'm out. I'm not
Okay, well,
out.
the name of the movie was Funny Girl.
Still got nothing.
Girl Power.
Is that a thing?
I'm disappointed right now.
I don't know.
Correct
Space
answer
Girls.
is Funny Girl Power.
Funny Girl Power. Got it.
Should have left that one for everybody else.
Because they clearly beat me on that one.
That's what we should do, is if you or me can't get it, that's the one we
Okay.
save.
Sure.
Hey, you got another one?
That's not a terrible idea. But you're so sharp, you usually get them. Throw up on Walker Texas Ranger.
What?
Oh, vomit on Walker Texas Ranger. Vomit on Walker Texas Ranger.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Vomit on. So we've got
Vomit
up Chuck Norris.
up Chuck Norris.
What does that have to do with today? You just a fun one, just for fun?
Oh, I threw Chuck Norris into the.
Oh, that's true. You did mention him.
Yeah, I made sure to mention Chuck Norris
Oh
earlier.
yeah. Okay. So it had nothing to do with. I love
the
it.
idiom. Just
That's great.
Just threw it in there.
Up Chuck Norris on my parade.
Just up Chuck Norris.
All right. Well, I've got one more that we will leave
And I have
dangling
none.
out there.
Village children, we would love to hear from you on Instagram at the.village.idiom or email us thevillageidiompodcast at gmail.com or whether it's the Facebooks, the YouTubes, or the Twitters at 3 Minutes Gone.
Awesome. Here it is. To precipitously ruin someone's enjoyment with Indiana Jones. You know, I don't know if we actually said how this idiom is used, but that's how it's used.
I think we generally covered it.
Okay.
And
So
that is-
to precipitously ruin someone's enjoyment with Indiana Jones.
And that is 3 Minutes Gone. There's a new one coming out, eh?
Is there?
Yes, it's out now, this week.
Did they bail on the Shia LaBeouf train? Or is he in it?
No, I think he's not in.
That's too bad. I
You think there was something there?
there was something there. I enjoyed it. But he's
Doesn't
gotten
rain too badly on your parade.
he's gotten into some trouble. That's probably
That's okay. Well, like, who hasn't, right? Who hasn't? We all mean well.
yeah.
Yeah, these things occur. And that's just how life goes. And I don't want to rain on the buff, as we call him, which is
Shia the beef.
Shia the Beef.
Shia the cow. What is LaBeouf?
Where's LaBeouf?
Where is LaBeouf?
Where's LaBeouf? It's a new Wendy's commercial for Indiana Jones. I'm Skinny.
I'm Jurassic Park.
And these are the Village Idioms.
Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade.
Last 3 minutes gone.